News First Alert Storm Team Weather Center here on this February 16th afternoon. It is a little busy this afternoon. Thankfully, we do not have any severe thunderstorm or tornado watches or warnings. The tornado watch is just south of our viewing area. Have had some concerns of flooding. We still have a flash flood warning for basically Elizabethtown, Bardstown, south of Campbellsville, and Munfordville. Basically south of the parkways, almost to the Cumberland Parkway until 3:30. Have had some instances of some flooding. Where there's been a high water rescue as well in a couple places. But thankfully, the severe weather threat as far as damaging winds and tornadoes, hail going down for the rest of this afternoon, but still a flooding concern. And Alden, if you don't mind checking the audio real quick.
Yes, sir.
We are good to go. Storm Team Meteorologist Alden German over here to my left, and we're going to have some crews out starting at 4 o'clock, basically going flood chasing throughout Kentuckiana. Let me go ahead and put up full screen graphics of the rain that we have over the area. The biggest thunderstorm we have is now moving east of Interstate 65. A lot of this has been moving at around 40 to 45 miles per hour. So basically just south of Bardstown, and that goes into Hart and Greene County. No warning on that. Didn't see much wind in that thunderstorm, but quite a few lightning strikes there just south of Bardstown. Southern Indiana getting a little bit of a break at the moment, and we'll dig deeper into all this here in just a second. And later on this evening, it's going to be a sharp drop in temperatures. We're going to see wind chills down to the 20s. A little bit later on this evening. All right, so we're going to go back to our 2-box right here. Christina Schaffner says it is storming in Raywick, Kentucky. Joni Dobbins, be safe, everybody. Perry, you're welcome. Thanks for tuning in here this afternoon. All right, so that is current look at radar. Rainfall total has been pretty impressive today. Anywhere from about 1.5 inches up to 3.5 inches. So far, the biggest amounts there, Breckinridge into Hardin counties. Then there's another kind of bullseye down around Hart, LaRue, Northern Greene, Taylor, and Marion counties with around 2 to 3 inches in those locations. And you guys are picking up even more right now. And there's a look at full screen at some of the rainfall totals. Set a daily rainfall record at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. The old record was set way back in the late 1880s with nearly 2 inches so far at the airport. Right now, it is quieting down in Metro Louisville for now, and we just have some sprinkly activity. Rain is a little steadier for areas off to our east around Shelbyville and Taylorsville. And then again, our one lone thunderstorm at the moment here is southeast of Bardstown, heading towards Springfield, Lebanon. You're going to have some of that heavier rain moving your direction very soon, and then also Campbellsville and Greensburg, and then eventually into Adair County. As I mentioned, that tornado watch is farther off to the south, and that's where the warnings are. Some recent tornado warnings popping up in northern Mississippi and southwestern Tennessee. And that is where the energy is simply greater for storms to become severe. We're going to look at that in more detail as well. This is a look at the flood watch that we have for counties along and south of the Ohio River. And then we have the flash flood warning for those spots, Bardstown, Elizabethtown, down to Campbellsville, Greensburg, Munfordville. It does include Hodgenville and over towards almost to Springfield, Kentucky, and Lebanon. And that's until 3:30, and then the other flash flood warning ends at 3 in about 20 minutes. That includes Bullitt, Spencer, northern Nelson counties. And then a regular flood watch, not a flash flood watch, for Breckinridge, southern Meade, and northwestern Hardin County. All right. So that is where we have the current flash flood warning. So watch out for any high water. Just don't try to test the water. Turn around. Don't drown, is the old saying. That is the current tornado watch. That goes until 8 p.m. in far southern Kentucky. And that is the energy, the fuel for thunderstorms, which is basically follows that tornado watch. That's what you need for the storms to get strong enough to get rotation and get you a supercell big enough to produce some possible tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds. Thankfully, due to all of the heavy rainfall that we had earlier today, it kind of worked over our atmosphere, so our air is a little more stable within the WHAS 11 viewing area, so our severe weather threat has gone down. Can't rule out still maybe a rogue severe thunderstorm warning for areas mainly south of the parkways through a little bit later this evening. We'll see that on future casts, but again, that threat has diminished for a good portion of our area. So that is the risk, the severe weather risk from the Storm Prediction Center. That orange area was over us, our entire area last night. It has been shifted south. That's level 3 out of 5, called an enhanced risk. And then now we have level 1 and 2 over our area. Let me go back to that actually. All right. And we will zoom in on our area. So this has been pushed even farther to the south. So the majority of our viewing area north of the parkways is now what's called a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, very low risk of any severe weather. And then south of the Bluegrass Parkway down to the Cumberland Parkway, you guys are under a level 2 out of 5, slight risk, still low end. Definitely not expecting any kind of big severe weather outbreak. And then again, the higher risk is from central Tennessee down into Alabama and Mississippi. So the severe weather risk, as far as damaging winds and tornado and hail, going way down for us for the rest of this afternoon. Just got to watch out for too much water, adding up to possibly some flooding. All right, heading back in. Looks like there's a confirmed tornado on the ground. It's down towards northern Mississippi. We'll go back to full screen here, and we'll go hour by hour with Futurecast. So this is what Futurecast has for us now, which was not looking too bad. That heavy rain moving off to the east, some leftover showers. What we'll just kind of keep an eye on is any leftover cell that tries to keep going right ahead of the actual cold front there around 7 p.m. south of the parkways, probably Greene, Taylor, Adair County. You're going to be the last to have a chance of a thunderstorm. But for most of us, we are in the clear as far as severe weather. And then here comes the cold. We're down to around freezing overnight. And then tomorrow only in the upper 30s and maybe a couple flurries. So today we've been in the 60s. Tomorrow's going to feel like the 20s. So it's going to feel about 40 degrees colder tomorrow. Time to break out the warm coats again. Clearing and cold Friday night into Saturday morning in the 20s. And then high temperatures around 45 to 50 for Saturday afternoon. And then back to the upper 50s on Sunday. It's going to be a nice quiet weekend and plenty of sunshine around as well. Here are the feels like temperatures. So look at this sharp drop right there this evening. So we'll stop it here at about 11 p.m. By that time, it's feeling like at or below freezing. The furnaces are kicking on tonight. Here's your wind chill first thing Friday morning in the upper teens and 20s, Burr. And then tomorrow afternoon, our wind chills in the upper 20s and lower 30s. Gotta love weather in Kentuckiana. Or not. Live view out there now. Things again quieter in the metro. We are at 60 at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Southeast wind around 10 to 15. And our temperatures are pretty steady in the upper 50s and lower 60s throughout the area. Look at the contrast here. 60 in Louisville, Bowling Green 64, 73 in Nashville. And then we're down to 38 in St. Louis, below freezing in northern Missouri, down to the 20s in Des Moines. So there's the cold air that's going to be wrapping our direction behind that cold front. So drying out tonight, low temperature down to 33. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a couple flurries, breezy. Northwest winds at around 10 to 20, maybe some higher gusts, high of 39. Our normal high is 49, so about 10 below normal tomorrow, down to 24 Friday night, 50 Saturday, 58 Sunday, and mild with some rain chances returning next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but some 60s likely for the middle of next week. All right, we'll go quick check of the radar once again before we finish up here, and then we will see you live on WHS 11 news at 4 o'clock. So we are just kind of keeping an eye on that line of thunderstorms that's tracking south of the Bluegrass Parkway. The tornado watch is south of our viewing area. It does include Bowling Green. And we expand out even more. So there's a tornado warning just to the west of Nashville now, southwestern Tennessee, a confirmed tornado on the ground in northern Mississippi. So the weather is busier to our south under that tornado watch, but it looks like we might just barely bypass any significant severe weather threat in our immediate area, thankfully. But again, just kind of watch out for any rising rivers, creeks, and streams out there for the rest of today. Again, we'll see you in about an hour and 12 minutes on WHS 11 News at 4. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you later.